Today we'll be talking about bandpass filter. So essentially a bandpass filter is a device that is used to filter noise or used in radio frequencies in order to allow you to listen to certain stations. So the structure of the device itself is formed by inputting a certain voltage and having a capacitor connected to a resistor where the resistor is connected to the ground. This is the ground. And another resistor connected into the capacitor that is connected to the ground here, or the V out is the voltage output. Now, this configuration is called the low pass filter, and this configuration is called the high pass filter, where cascading both will be forming the band pass filter. So a high pass filter, what it does basically, it only allows high frequency, so it occurs at a very low frequency here at -3 decibels, where this is the lower limit of the bandpass filter, and this is the higher limit. And essentially the 3 decibel gain, where the gain is the voltage output over the voltage input, this -3 decibel decides the cutoff frequency for which the peak of the frequency occurs in between. So the resonant frequency Fr is determined by the root of the lower frequency multiplied by the higher frequency. In order to determine the resonant frequency, or even either of F higher or F lower, is through the equation of 1 over tau, where 1 over tau is equal to RC. Tau is the time constant. RC is the resistance, equivalent of this circuit, multiplied by the capacitance of the circuit. And as soon as we find this, we find the frequency, the omega, at -3 decibels. And in order to find the F at -3 decibels, it will be equal to omega at -3 decibels divided by 2 pi. Since omega is in radians per second. So as soon as we find the cutoff frequency here and here, we multiply them together and get the square root in order to find the peak resonant frequency at this point, which occurs at 0 decibels. The gain between the output and the input are 0. So this range over here is called the bandwidth frequency. And it's determined by subtracting the higher frequency from the lower frequency. And the bandwidth basically is the frequency that is allowed to be processed from the input signal or input voltage to the output voltage. And this is what is expected to be passed through, and for us to, for instance, listen to the radio on 99.1, 91.1, these are called the bandpass frequencies that we listen to radio stations.